Hi guys, it's a couple days later and I wanted to show you the progress of the weeding. I spent 3.5 hours on the weeding in one spell, and then another hour and 15 minutes on another section. So these are just the remainder of the rose campion, which I'm just leaving on the ground as like a weed preventer because this area gets super weedy. But I did cut down all the rose campion. This is yarrow, cloth of gold. My echinacea gets chewed up, I think I mentioned a couple times, by flea beetles, so I might just replace them. I've struggled for years with that issue. And then over here I have a lot of liatris that's still blooming and the bees love it, and the yarrow just went past, so I need to cut that down. This is a native, some type of native veronica, which the bees really love. And then this is a new addition this year. It's called Golden Marguerite. Now in one section, it looks like it's getting nibbled on by insects as well, but in one section I had some deer damage on this, so it's still up for debate whether the deer like this. But it's a pretty yellow flower. Planted some zinnias down here. This is our mailbox. More liatris. Now I need to cut down the blanket flower in front there and all the yarrow. As I mentioned before, the deer nibbled on a lot of the brown-eyed Susans. Those are starting to come into bloom. They look like this. So I need to spray over here again. Then I weeded all over here. And I need to, there's some more of that Golden Marguerite, which I'm really liking. I like yellow flowers. I think I like it more than, this is Coreopsis. Mixed in with some alliums, which I have to cut down. So then over here, this week, this is in bloom. I'm going to try to put this in my bouquets. This is perennial native bee balm. So I have some natives mixed in here, I guess. And then these two shrubs are huge. I may turn them down when it gets a little cooler, but this is silky dogwood. And then over here, this section took me over an hour to clear out. It was a lot of grasses. What I need to do is mulch this area. But basically it was a ton of grasses, which are hard to pull out, and my snapdragons are here. I cut down all my feverfew. So it's looking a lot better. What I want to do is try to save some of these feverfew seeds. This is the cute little feverfew. Now I don't know why this didn't get taller. And then I have another variety of feverfew that's just the yellow. So they're all going past, and I'm just waiting for the seeds to develop so I can collect the seeds. Then I weeded over here. This was a mess. This was a lot of this Verbena rigida that I had for years keeps coming back. It's like really aggressive, so I pulled that out along with some morning glories that were in here and a lot of grasses. So I weeded that. Now what I have to do is clean this up, but I need to weed all of this and all of this. I'm waiting for my lilies. So this is next week's project. And then I also, in addition to weeding the community garden, I need to cut back all these peonies, at least cut off the seed pods. And then this garden is a mess. Something's been getting in here and eating my beans. I think a deer has been getting into the fencing because the fencing is drooping. Something has been getting into this garden bed. I think it's a deer. If you look down below, there's a lot of nipped off stems from this bean plant. But there's some pretty flowers in here, but it's a real mess. It looks like a meadow. I need to clear out all the grasses, pull out all the larkspur. This Rudbeckia is really beautiful, but it's full of aphids. There's just this one section. So I tried spraying it with a garlic spray and that didn't work. I am going to try, just as an experiment, to try this Arbico Organics spray. I'm going to spray that on today just to see if it does anything to the aphids. But this is, so far this year, this is the only aphid problem I've had. In past years, I've had trouble with aphids on my yarrow, so I'm happy this is the only spot with aphids. And then just a lot of Rudbeckia in here, and a lot of Dara, which I used in my bouquets. And in the back there are some tomato plants, which I need to stake. And then there's some peas back there. So I'll show you guys this garden bed once I clear it out. It's just an embarrassment right now. So I need to clean this out and clear one of my community garden plots is a mess. So we just had a lot of weeds from the heat and all the rain, and I work full time, so I do gardening on the weekends, and keeping up sometimes with the weeds is hard, but I know I need to do it. So hopefully this weekend I can get out here and do more weeding. So that's the situation. Thanks for watching, and happy gardening, everyone.